If anybody's under the illusion that Trump is still playing 3D chess with global politics and the American economy, then let Trump's latest actions disabuse them of that fantasy. With Trump, it's always personal, it's always petty, and it's always about his grift. Just ask Tim Cook of Apple Corporation. Trump woke up this morning and went after Tim Cook like a digger wasp goes after a rotten apple. Now, Trump has always had issues with Tim Cook. As the head of Apple, Cook is the most influential gay man in the tech world. But during Trump's first term, Cook humiliated Trump at a large gathering with plenty of media coverage. And how did Cook make a fool out of Trump? In the most guaranteed way possible, by sitting there.
And we're going to be opening up the labor forces because we have to. We have so many companies coming in. People like Tim, you're expanding all over and doing things that I really wanted you to do right from the beginning. I used to say, Tim, you got to start doing it over here, and you really have. I mean, you've really put a big investment in our country. We appreciate it very much, Tim Apple. But we're opening it.
And while Trump is imposing tariffs on the great wide world and having his trained yes-man Howard Lutnick blather on about all the great janitorial jobs that tariffs are going to create, video of Tim Cook is out there showing none of it's true because we don't have the manufacturing infrastructure and engineering expertise anymore.
There's a confusion about China, and let me at least give you my opinion. The popular conception is that companies come to China because of low labor cost. I'm not sure what part of China they go to, but the truth is China stopped being the low labor cost country many years ago. The reason is because of the skill, the quantity of skill in one location, and the type of skill it is. Like the products we do require really advanced tooling, and the precision that you have to have in tooling and working with the materials that we do are state of the art. And the tooling skill is very deep here. You know, in the US, you could have a meeting of tooling engineers and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China, you could fill multiple football fields.
But that's not the specific reason Trump is mad at Tim Cook. No, Trump is mad because Tim Cook donated $1 million to Trump's inaugural committee. Now, you would think that Cook ponying it up to the bribe table would have made Trump happy. And it did for the moment. But even though he's a smart guy, Cook did not understand the first rule of trying to pay off the mob. You can never pay just once. Trump held another bribe dinner last night, and one that was so patently illegal that Tim Cook took a hard pass. Nobody in their right mind thought this Buy My Crypto dinner was legal. It's so patently against the Constitution that only Caroline Leavitt could defend it. The Constitution-shattering bribe scheme did not go unnoticed as people lined up to protest. Nobody except crooks showed up for Trump's little crypto scam. No big Euro billionaires or heads of state, no tech bros currying favor, and especially no Tim Cook. So once again, the thin-skinned Trump noticed that none of the people he wants to respect him showed up to buy him off. Nobody but thugs and foreigners came, and that pissed him off. So Trump woke up this morning, and before he could even brush his teeth, and there's an image you don't ever want to bring to mind, Trump began firing off rage tweets, hitting Europe with a 50% tariff and then taking aim at Tim Cook and Apple. I have long ago informed Tim Cook of Apple that I expect their phones that will be sold in the United States of America will be manufactured and built in the United States, not India or any place else. If that is not the case, a tariff of at least 25% must be paid by Apple to the U.S. Thank you for your attention to this matter. And no, I did not stumble on that one. As you can see, that's what Trump wrote. So it's almost as if Samsung showed up at Trump's CryptoCon. Out of the blue, he decides he's going to hit Apple with a tariff. What this failed businessman does not understand, and there's a lot he does not understand, but in particular what he doesn't understand here is that you can no more dismantle the global economy than you can the military-industrial complex. Trillions of dollars have been invested in the last 40 years on a global economy, and that money has created specific infrastructure here and other kinds of infrastructure there. So sure, if you wanted to all of a sudden make sure that toothbrushes were only made in America, fine. Tariff away, and in a year or so, it would happen. But this country doesn't have the infrastructure to just start making circuit boards on a mass scale and do it economically. If they could, Tim Cook and all the other tech companies would have already done it. Which you can tell because when you're talking about Apple, you're talking about a company that at one point got so frustrated with Intel Corporation's inability to start making more faster chips that it got back into the business of making its own chips. And sure enough, they were more powerful than Intel. But do you think they just whipped that up in Silicon Valley? No. If you want more manufacturing infrastructure, you do what Joe Biden did. You get Congress to pass an infrastructure bill, you target certain industries like chip manufacturing, and you get the government to invest. Biden's plan is working. It's creating new manufacturing jobs, and most of them are in red states. Not only does Trump lack the brains and the ability to get that done, he's under the illusion that he can just make things happen by threat. Sorry, the complexity of the global economy doesn't work that way, Donnie boy. And not that MAGA world would care, but it was one thing going after countries over tariffs, even if they were only populated by penguins. Trump is now going after specific American corporations and trying to punish them, like they don't have American-based employees. This is what you bought into, Tim. How do you like them apples? From Rome, Italy, I'm Anthony Vincent Gallo.